What specific strategies have you used in the past to foster inclusive casting? What do you do when someone you work with, like a director, producer, assistant director, showrunners, and execs, is resistant to inclusion? Oh, that's an interesting
Oh, there it
question.
is.
What do you do when someone you work with is resistant to inclusion?
So if they had a particular person in their mind whenever they were writing a story
Mm-hmm.
or putting the script together, uh they're gonna go tattle
Mm-hmm.
if they're like, no, 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 I had Robert De Niro in my mind whenever I wrote this character.
Mm-hmm.
That you can't do that now.
Yep. And you know how we always talk about, you see these little lines in movies that or trailers that just make you go, oh, you don't even want to watch it anymore. It's like, oh, this is the stereotype. This is the man bashing, or or the Trump bashing that was going on in so many movies. It's still doing it now. Here you go. Here's one right here. The typical feature film can have roughly 40 characters that speak one or more lines of dialogue. How do you ensure that smaller roles are challenging stereotypes, e.g., occupations, domestic roles, and appearance concerns? Again, so if you're going to have smaller roles, you need to craft those characters in the story so that the non-white male is a banking executive or something like this. I mean, it's again forcing things to fit into this. Everything that has to be written, all the scripts, the movies, TV shows, whatever, they've all got to fit into this. Everything has to drive towards diversity, equity, and inclusion, no matter what type of movie you're making. It all has to meet these criteria. I, this is crazy. Um, Auditioning and casting process. Like I said, I don't want to go through all of this, but let's go over to production real quick. Inclusion
There
on
was
the
a
set.
comment in chat that says that means Henry Cavill is going to be bullied for wanting to do Warhammer correctly.
Yes,
He's going
depending on what
to
studio.
fight tooth and nail, though. And
Mm-hmm.
I think Henry will let us know if they start to fight him.
If Henry Cavill bails out on that project, then you know not to go see it.
Yes.
Guaranteed. If Henry Cavill says, just like The Witcher, when he pieced out of The Witcher, everybody knew that's it. Show's over.
Yeah.
Done. Over. Forget it. Um, who was there a studio or distributor that's already signed on for Warhammer?
It's Amazon.
Oh, is it Amazon? Oh God.
Yep.
Let's see how much power and clout that he has over this. Um,
Yeah.
because if they have to start with this, y'all forget it. If they're going to be forced to start with this, forget it. Now again, I don't think this has to do with things that are. They have had some movies like was it Extraction? Stuff like that I think were, those movies were put together and then Amazon comes in and goes, oh, we want that movie, and they buy it like as a turnkey product. Or no, I'm sorry, that was Netflix, wasn't it? Netflix was
Yeah.
Extraction. What was
Netflix
Amazon?
bought
What's
it.
the one I'm trying to think of? There's been a few like that out there where they're just buying
There's
turnkey
been a
products, but
few.
yeah,
Like Amazon has been putting out some decent stuff,
yeah, they have
but
Reacher.
it Reacher was great. I liked
Yeah,
Reacher.
yeah,
And I mean, they have the I think you've got to be willing to stick up for yourself in with these types of restrictions being pressed on you.
yeah.
You That way we can get good shows like Reacher. And there was one show on there that I really liked called Tell Me Your Secrets.
Hmm.
That one was really good, but I think it got canceled. But that one was awesome. You might like that one. You might
I'll
like that
have to
one.
check that one out then. At Amazon, we know that our set environment can influence the outcome of the content we produce. We aim to foster a culture that is open, inclusive, and respectful of our creatives. Well, let me stop you right there. It doesn't seem terribly respectful of your creatives when you're
Mm-mm.
handing them this this Mein Kampf of of instructions here about how to write and do their jobs. Like, the creatives are put into a box the moment they set foot in your studio, apparently. Cast and crew in a way that respects their background, gender, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, age, disability, size. Okay, so there's our body positivity component. National origin, religion, or any other respect of identity. We honor
Notice
differences.
they don't say politics.
Right, that's what I was going to say. We all know that that's a lie because we've seen firsthand over and over and over and over again from every Hollywood studio that if you have wrongthink, your diversity is not respected. Your diversity of thought is absolutely not respected, which was, of course, one of the things we were going to go back to with, hey, Gina Carano's lawsuit. That it's a perfect example right here of what happens, why this whole lawsuit is happening. Let me go back to, if I can find it. Where'd it go? Well, we had that one. Where's the other one I had up? Gosh darn it. It might be on another tab. We got a little Mandalorian thing here to talk about too. Oh, here it is. Remember, folks, that this was okay. This was totally okay for Disney. This was okay for Kathleen Kennedy.
It's fine.
This was okay. Pedro Pascal, and this was a John Trent article from when all that was going on a few years ago now. Losers in 1865, losers in 1945, losers in 2020. So here we go. This is what he said. This was one of several comments that he made. Then there was Mark Hamill's stuff and everything else. Gina Carano said something that was far less inflammatory. In fact, I don't think it was inflammatory at all. And because of this post from Pedro Pascal, this right here proved what Gina said was correct. The very comment that they said they were going to terminate her for was 1,000% correct based on her fellow cast member, Pedro Pascal's post days apart from it. Right there. So one is okay, the other is not. So if we go back to Amazon, remember what Amazon is talking about here, okay, is that if you make a post like Pedro Pascal, yes, your diversity will be upheld. If you make a comment like Gina Carano, you'll probably get fired. That's just what this means. Now, what's interesting is all these DEI things right here that they're saying we have to hire so many people of this, have so many cast members of this color, this sexual orientation, this, that, Supreme Court, they're not far away from getting to these. There are already cases being filed because after the whole decision with Harvard that happened last year, 6-8 months ago, where the Supreme Court said, no, you cannot admit students or hand out scholarships based solely on, race, gender, ethnicity, and all this other kind of stuff. It's you're violating federal law. You're violating constitutional rights. Well, it's going to come to the commercial workplace, kids. It's going to happen. And all this kind of stuff is going to get challenged. The first time that a writer or somebody else, is going to be, well, we couldn't hire you because you were the wrong skin color, which is what this is saying when it comes to hiring the casting directors and the actors and casting. It's like, you were the wrong skin color. We have, corporate edicts that say this. Well, somebody's going to challenge it in court, and they might just win.
One question I have is how many of these people are just going along with it just for fear of being fired and don't actually believe this? I think they're just bullied into silence.
Look at the trailer that's playing right now. Look at the trailer that's playing right now. Okay, we have lesbian black women, we have gay white men, we have drag queens. We have, all right. I'm having a hard time seeing on my screen. Okay. So, but I mean, they're going through, look at all the diversity and inclusion. I don't really, Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, that was way before this stuff started. I think that's kind of unfair to them. Don't include them in this. They're above all this crap. But I mean, this is what they're going for, right? Is to build more stuff at Amazon around this. Lots of LGBTQ representation, lots of trans representation. I mean, this is look at the politicians. Look at the politicians in here. You got Stacey Abrams from Georgia. I saw Pete Buttigieg in there. You know, lot of very famous, powerful Democrat Party. Does anybody see Mike Johnson or Donald Trump in here? I don't see a lot of diversity here. What I see is a lot of sameness. I see a lot of people that all come from ostensibly the same side of the political aisle, the same political, social thought processes, because diversity to Hollywood is nothing but skin color and who you sleep with. It's beyond stupid.
Because, I mean, sexuality is a personality now. That's all it is.
Apparently.
And that's exhausting.
It is. It is. And because I can't keep up with it all. I don't know how anybody keeps up with it all. Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.